everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. On today's show, I'm going to make a really neat breakfast. It takes less than 15 minutes to make something like this, but it's pretty easy. Here's red bell peppers, orange, you can use green, they all taste the same. You're going to need some eggs, maybe you want to put some spinach in there, of course salt and pepper. And you could use either bacon bits or real bacon if you have that cut up, cooked in advance. And then I think I'll drop in some tomatoes, that's always good. So we start out as usual, heating up the pan and drop in some oil. Now there's two ways to cook this. So one way is in this pan, which I'm going to show you how to cook slices. So the slices will be cooked on the stove, and then there's the bottom of the bell pepper which you're going to want to bake. So we'll cook the slices and then throw the other ones in the oven and show you those later. So I'm going to start out by cutting up my bell pepper. Now I want to cut my bottom. So the bottom of my bell pepper, I want about that much. So I cut across the bottom, and then I cut my ring all about like this. Okay, now so this is going to be one of my egg rings, and I'll just get rid of, this is hard here, so get rid of, I caught it, almost dropped it. This show is always entertaining. Bart, that's pretty funny. Alright, I'm going to lay this down and I'm just going to cut like that. You just kind of roll it, and as you roll it, you just kind of get rid of this a little bit here, just like that. There we go. And we end up with a nice ring. So, set that one over there for the moment. This one here looks pretty good. I don't think you have to do too much to that. Let's go ahead and cut the rest of our bottoms here. So here's a bottom. Just like that. If you need to roll and clean, cut it up, you can. You just kind of roll like this a little bit. This one here looks fairly seated. So that goes in there, and that goes right like that, and you put that one right there like that. Now, what you want to do is you want to put a little bit of spinach in the bottom if you're going to use spinach, because you want the spinach to have a little bit of contact with the pan. Just like that. I don't use a lot of this because a little bit of spinach goes a long ways. If you just want it just to taste, you're not trying to make a spinach meal. Just like that. That should be good. Now, let's drop a tomato in there. So, I'm just going to take my tomato, cut off my end, and then I'm going to cut a ring, drop a ring in there, just like that. Cut off my end, drop a ring in there. So I'm basically going for a couple of tomato rings in each one. Just like that. Now, how about some bacon? Do we want to use bacon bits? We'll see how that one tastes. That one is for my friend Chef William because he likes bacon bits. And then here's real bacon. And I just cook this up in advance so that it's ready to go. Now you can also do sausage. If you want to do sausage, I buy these frozen, pre-cooked brown and serves sausage patties. I would probably just do one per pepper. Okay, don't forget, if you're like my son, red pepper flakes or chili flakes, or maybe even curry would be really good in this. Now, a little salt and pepper. And we just let that cook. Next thing we want to do is get our bottoms over here. Now, for a little trick on these bottoms, just to make things go a little better, you want a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of them. Just a little bit of a chef's trick. The chef told me, because I'm not a chef, I'm a cook. I didn't go to school for this. I'm just cooking breakfast for Barb and myself. Don't forget you need a pan lid for this. And they don't need to cook real long. I'll be dropping eggs in there shortly. So, the next thing I want to do is put some ingredients in here. So, here's a little bit of bacon. A couple of bacons in there, like that. A couple of bacons in here. And you know, one thing that really goes good with bacon is oregano. If I can find my oregano in a hurry. How are these things looking? Love the smell of oregano. Now, let's drop some tomatoes in here. And of course, the bigger you make these, the more stuff you can put in. You know, if you're going to put a lot of meat in here, you're going to want to use the whole bell pepper. Just like that. And a little bit of spinach. A little bit or a lot of it. Just like that. Now we have to think about the eggs. So let's talk about cracking our eggs. So the eggs you want to crack in a separate dish. Enough where you can get your thumb in there. Just like that. Then you want to whip it a little bit. And just pour in as much as it'll take. Crack it in a separate dish. That way if there's a shell in there, I'll see it and pull it out. Just like that. Notice I have everything all ready, and it's all in a, like in a triangle, rectangle, for the order I'm going to do things. Being organized is what makes life easy for doing this kind of stuff. Just a little bit more black pepper on the top. And if it leaks out, no big deal. It'll just kind of leak itself shut. Just like that. I'll put the lid back on. A minute or two, those will be done. Let's take a look at these over here. The cutting board. Okay, we got 3 to do. Just like that. Whip this up. And give it a little pour. Just like that. One more to go. Here is your egg all cooked. Now at this point you can take the part that overflowed and you can clean that right off there and make yourself a good looking one that no one will ever know. I guess you would be surprised if you knew how much repair work was done in the kitchen when no one was looking. There you go, folks. That's the show for the day. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I tell you, they really look delicious. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, question of the day. If you like eggs, hit that thumbs up button. Everybody that likes eggs, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. You'll also see the recipe there, or you can go to jamestdds.blogspot.com.